Some would argue that Bellingham has a housing crisis. Now, crisis might be a little over the top in terms of what's going on, but let's face it, housing prices have only gone up, and a lot of it's because Bellingham is such a beautiful place to live, but it's also because we're landlocked. So, what is Bellingham doing to address this crisis? Welcome back to my home tours. We're going to take a look at just that today with two condos. Let's take a peek. So here we are over in the Birchwood neighborhood, and we're going to take a look at two quote unquote condos and how Bellingham is addressing this housing crisis. So this is actually one lot, or was one lot. That is the original house right there, and what they have done is they've worked through the rules in the Bellingham ordinances to make these two residences operate as condos, and we're going to go take a peek at both of these. We're going to start with 2905. Now if you look back at the original pictures and listing from before, when this first sold, this was actually originally built in 2008, but it was more of a shop. They completely gutted it, so it's all effective 2025. Completely gutted it and made it into this beautiful 1,200 square foot, we'll talk about that, home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. We're going to go through the interior there first. You can see the backyard. But let's go inside and take a peek at what they have done. Hinman Construction did this, and they did, in my opinion, a beautiful, beautiful job. Let's go take a peek. So again, this is operating as a condo, as a condominium. We'll talk a little bit about that here as we go through, but essentially we've got 3 units. You've got the main house, and then these two that have just been built, and we'll explain all of that, but let's first just take a peek. Beautiful kitchen, quartz countertops, really cool stainless steel package in the house, including this beautiful refrigerator. Cabinetry is awesome. Then you've got these big vaulted ceilings, your mini splits. So this is your main area, living area. Again, it's listed as about 1,000 square feet, but this one actually has about 1,200 square feet. So again, bright, airy. We've got a beautiful day in Bellingham. On the island, they've got room to make it into a breakfast bar, which, let's face it, dining rooms, formal dining rooms, you really don't see much of anymore. And if you've got them, a lot of them are unused except for 1 or 2 times a year during the holidays. Most people are eating at the breakfast bar or right there on the couch. I am guilty of it as well. Custom black walnut cabinetry. An electric range. This house has some pretty little special hidden areas, so stay with me and I'm going to show you these. You wouldn't even most likely know that they're there. Got a little kind of entry sitting area, kind of a good use of space there. Here we come into the lower bathroom, so you've got a full bathroom. Again, super tall ceilings. Beautiful tile floor. I love the black. All the black accents throughout, down to the towel rack, your handles. This has all been brought up to 2025 energy efficiency standards. Really cool. Lighting. So this would be your main floor bedroom, along with a secondary one right here. Right now it's staged as an office. Haven't talked about the flooring yet, but this has got a 50-year warranty. So this is very high end. It's called Gaia LVP, so luxury vinyl plank. All the doors are solid core. Wood trim throughout is all solid core as well. Go upstairs. Just a small little extra closet here. Nothing special. And then here's your upper bedroom. Again, just use the space, how the structure was already put up in 2008, although again, it's stripped down to the studs in 2025. Awesome skylight. So that's why you're going to see like the shorter, some of the doors seem shorter. Some of the little closet space does. You got a cool built-in right here. Another closet. And then you've got a bathroom here as well. Check out this shower. You know we got to go in the shower, right? We got to check this out. Shower head, I'm going to point out. Again, I just love that they've used, so many people they'll have, in today's day and age, they have the high ceilings, but they're flat. They just lose that character. So this has the character, it gives you that open space. So this is hard to believe that this is only 1,200 square feet. This lives a lot bigger. Now, something small that I think it's not so small that people just don't think about. You're going in the shower in the morning. How many times, whether you're at a hotel or maybe it's in your own home, the shower head's right here and so is the handle. Or worse yet, the handle is over on this side along with the shower head. So now you got to step in, turn on the shower head, and you get wet, and it's always cold when you don't want it to be. So they've thought this through. Shower doors on the left, so is the handle, but your shower's on the right hand side. Small little things make a big difference. And then it's open above here. So just cool, just super well thought out. Now I promised to show you some of these extra little spaces. Check this out. Think about all the extra storage underneath here. It's a whole room. Whole room for storage. You got it there. You've got another one here. It's just, they've used all the space and thought it through incredibly well. If we go downstairs, there's even going to be more. So again, I've said it before, but it's only 1,200 square feet, but it doesn't live like 1,200 square feet. Here's another. Check that out. More storage. More storage. It just goes on and on. They did a great job. So congratulations to Hinman Construction on this great idea. Again, this is a condo. Now, typically a condo is, they always say, it's from the studs in. This is different because you get your whole lot area. So this is all yours to take care of and maintain. Unlike the traditional condo, where this would be common area for all the other condos, this is yours. Little patio area, again, a shed. You got a covered front entry. Now as this starts to make sense, let's go back out front and check out the parking situation. Huge driveway easement in. You've got parking there, you've got parking here. But it won't feel, you could have 4 vehicles in here, 2 per house or 2 per condo, and it wouldn't feel like that. The original residence, which is right there behind that fence, they're parking out front. So just a very cool setup. So that's condo number 1. And then second, we're going to go into condo number 2. So let's go take a peek. Now, I did just mention that there, we could park 2 and 2. There's actually 3 dedicated spots for each condo. So 3 there and then 3 here. So you do have 3 dedicated. Now let's go take a peek at condo number 2, 2907. We'll save the backyard for last. Well, let's go take a peek. So before we get rolling on the second of the 2 condos, again, there are 3 total condos. The first condo is the original residence. And so then we've got these other 2. So I'm inside the second, but you got to hold tight because I want to talk a little bit about this condo setup. So typically, like I said, condos are known for being studs in. That's what you own. And then there's a bunch of common properties. You have HOA or condo dues that oftentimes you'll see cover water, sewer, garbage. If there's a swimming pool, that jacks up your price. If there's an elevator, that takes your price up. They have basically a pool of money is collected over all the years so that, you know, when the roof goes bad or when the siding needs addressed or paint or whatnot, they have a slush fund, and then that's what it goes to. Now, this is a little bit different because you got this individual home that just operates like a condo. So your condo dues right now are like $100, $101 a year, not monthly, a year. Oftentimes, like I said, your condo dues will cover like water, sewer, garbage. In this instance, this is going to operate like a residence. So the only thing that is split to my understanding, let me just make sure, is sewer. So power all has separate meters. There is no natural gas. Your water, each has its own individual water, so you're paying for that. And trash service and recycle. That's all individual. So it doesn't operate, it operates like a residence and not a condo in that sense. And as I pointed out earlier, and then we'll go outside, is you don't have a common area. You have your own yard and space outside, which is pretty cool. So I guess it's time to take a look at condo number 2. So here we are at the entrance. Again, you're going to see many of the same features and highlights. There is one that you will, if you watch the first part of this, you're going to laugh because I pointed out something that I really liked in the first condo. You'll get a good chuckle, so stay tuned. A generous entry here. Little place to set down your keys, storage, dog leashes, whatever. So you come in, very wide open. Now, again, this is only 1,000 square feet. This one's actually technically smaller than the first one. It does not feel that way. So again, same cabinetry, quartz countertops, the breakfast bar island. Everything, again, 2025, super energy efficient. So I would anticipate your energy bills being very low. Again, no natural gas. So everything's electric. But you've got AC, the mini splits. I always laugh because 5 years ago, 10 years ago for certain, I deal a lot with relocation. People would come into town and like, I have to have air conditioning, and nobody had air conditioning. Now everybody has air conditioning, retrofitted, or the mini splits, because you know what? It's starting to get a little warm here in the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to go down here in the hallway. Check this out. Again, plenty of storage underneath the stairs. Here's what's kind of cool. Okay, so you can see that it wraps around, right? Okay, wraps around, but again, the little details. Check this out. Accent? Wait a second. Maybe not. No. So you're not crawling all the way if you want to put something in here. You can actually access it, but yet it just looks like an accent. So very cool, very well thought out. Again, this is on a light sensor, so the light will turn off when I shut the door, turns on when I open it. We're going to go in for the main floor. I guess I will call this the primary. Or you could. Again, these are not, a lot of people are like, I need a huge primary suite. It's wasted space. You're in here to sleep. So they've, again, done a great job of using, 1,000 square feet. This is crazy. So there's your closet. Here is your lower full bath. Again, everything's accented in black, which is really nice with that, the contrast to the white. So really polished. Now, I didn't show this in the first condo, but it's the same setup. Here is your stackable full washer and dryer. They're LG, so good brand. Again, they're not your old school little tiny washer dryer that are stackable. These are full size and pretty sweet. Let's head upstairs. Now, again, I didn't point this out in the first one. These are custom steel handrails. They're like super heavy gauge. Like, yeah, again, kids, you don't want your kids jumping up on them. If they do, they're not going to wreck them by any stretch. Same type of luxury vinyl plank, the Gaia, 50-year warranty. Beautiful. We come up here, again, not a huge landing area, but because it's all open here, got a little bit of a vault to the ceilings, and the window over here, plenty of light. So the bedroom on the right, a little bit of a vault and ceiling. Built-ins over here. This is what they call like a cove heater. So just in case, they put these in the upper bedrooms, in case you need a little extra heat during the winter months. My guess, I don't know. What do you think? My guess is here you probably won't even need that, but a great addition just in case. There's your closet. It's a little bit shorter. It does wrap around here, but again, plenty of space for all of our stuff. Come out here. Let's go to bedroom number 2. We're going to save the bathroom for last. Again, same setup. They're just twins, mirrors of one another. Okay, Sean put his foot in his mouth. Here's your upstairs 3/4. Doesn't have a bathtub, so this is a 3/4 bath. You walk in, beautiful tile, looking out over the backyard, which we'll check out here shortly. Love the glass. Again, quartz countertops. But here's where it's funny. I just made a big deal about not getting all wet when you turn on your shower. So, yes, you have the cool shower head. They added on, but you are going to come in. You're going to reach right here. You might get a little wet. Great little spot here for your shampoos and such. They did add on the secondary removable shower head. So, you know, yeah, you're going to get a little wet, but you get the extra feature the other one didn't have. But I did have to laugh at myself because I made a big deal on the first unit, how cool and well thought out that was. I'm not saying this one isn't well thought out. It just made me laugh. This is great too. So have a linen closet basically here in your bathroom. And then we come out. Again, this is 1,000 square feet. Fantastic. Let's go head outside. So here we are downstairs again. One thing I didn't point out. So you've got your slider here. Look, you've got 3 panes. I mean, that is awesome. Like all the light, you're literally walking back into this little, private forces. You're covered. So for our great Pacific Northwest weather, you can come out here, get your barbecue on, chairs, coffee in the morning, a little wine or adult beverage in the evening. Again, we're back here at the front, but this is all covered. And again, this whole backyard space, you've got a shed over here just behind the tree. So it's the best of all worlds. Single residence, but operates somewhat like a condo. Fully fenced, brand new fully fenced everywhere. So that's great. So check this out. Here's where it's really cool. And again, using the space in the Birchwood neighborhood, they tend to have larger lots in Bellingham. So this neighborhood is prime for creative ways, going back to the Bellingham housing crisis. It's one creative way of taking these larger lots that are, a lot of them are just getting overgrown, and trying to put in, we become a little bit more ADU friendly. This is that same concept, but using it as a condo concept. So you get, again, the best of both worlds. Now, here's something too when it comes to affordability. These currently are in the mid sixes in terms of cost. But if you look at it, so I ran the numbers for April 2026. The median house price in Bellingham, minus Sudden Valley, but in Bellingham, the median is, with residential and condos combined, was $620,000. That's the median house price in Bellingham, April 2026. Now, if you eliminate the condos and you just say residential, because condos tend to be a little bit less expensive in general, the median without condos is $701,000, April 2026. So here you are getting basically condo and house residential median average pricing, brand new construction though, but well under 50, 60,000 under what a residence is, and this operates just like a residence. So again, Bellingham's expensive. I love the fact that people are getting creative. I love the fact that Bellingham, the city, is becoming more open to ideas like this so that we can help get more housing. I've said this before. We've been behind housing since 2008. I mean, that's a long time ago. The housing crisis, we have never caught up. This goes for the entire United States, but especially here in Bellingham. We did not see, during the financial crisis of those several years, we did not see any new construction for the most part in Bellingham built. And we have never caught up. So this is one idea that you guys can explore, but it's super, super cool concept. Okay, wait, there's more. One thing I failed to mention, within just a short 2 blocks. So one block that way, one block this way, you've got the trail, one of Bellingham's many trail entrances. They call this the Bay to Baker Greenway that they've been building out. Squalicum Beach is 0.7 miles and it's mostly flat. Look at this beautiful trail system. Again, we've got Cornwall Park, Birchwood Park, 0.2 miles that direction. So great location, literally right outside your front door. Thanks again for joining me for another Bellingham and Whatcom County house tour. If you like these, do all that like and subscribe stuff, whatever we're supposed to do, so that you can be notified. But I'm trying to get these out routinely several times a week. But again, thanks for joining me for this very unique, very cool opportunity here in Bellingham. Now, I know it's kind of weird to reach out to somebody that you may have just met on YouTube, but believe it or not, it happens each and every day. So if you'd like your own private tour of this, information on these or any other home in Bellingham and Whatcom County, let me know. I'd like to help out. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.